Hi, this is Ike from Groovy Entertainment. Today we got another book to read for you. Today, book of the 8 famous engines, the Fat Controller engines for 1957. So let's get started. One evening, Tom had brought his last train to the junction. He went for a drink. I'm going to the big station, he said to Percy and Toby. So are we, they answered. Do you know, Percy went on. I think something's up. Toby looked at the sky. Where? Down here, silly, laughed Thomas. How, asked Toby reasonably, can something be up when it's down? Look, said Thomas excitedly, look. 7 engines from the other railway was coming along the line. Hello, Genty, whistled Percy. Hello, Pugs. They are friends of mine, he explained. I don't know the others. Genty and Pugs whistled cheerfully as they puffed through the station. What is all this? Asked Thomas. The Fat Controller got a plan, answered his driver, and he's going to tell it to us. Come on. So they followed to the big station at the end of the line where all the engine had gone. The Fat Controller was waiting for them there. The people of England, he said, read about us in the books, but they do not think that we are real. Shame, squeaked Percy. The Fat Controller gleamed. Percy subsided. So, he continued, I am taking my engine to England to show them. Hooray, hooray, the engine whistled. The Fat Controller held his ears. Silent, he bellowed. We start the day after tomorrow at 8 a.m. Meanwhile, as these engines have kindly come from the other railway to take your place, you will show them your work tomorrow. Next day, as Andy and Carabelle was going to England too, Thomas and Patrick with some other coaches, Thomas was excited. He began boasting about his race with Bertie. I whooshed through the tunnel and stopped an inch from the buffer like this. Crash, the buffer broke. No one was hurt, but Thomas' front was badly bent. They telephoned the Fat Controller. I'll send up some men, he said, but if they can't mend Thomas in time, we'll go to England without him. The next morning, the engine waited at the junction. Toby and Percy was each on a truck, and Duck had pushed them into place behind Edward. Henrietta stood on a siding. The Fat Controller had called her a curiosity. I wouldn't dream of leaving you behind, he said. I'll fit you up as my private coach. She felt very grand. Gordon, James, and Henry was in front. They whistled impatiently. The Fat Controller paced the platform. He looked at his watch. 1 minute more, he said, turning to the guard. Peep, 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 whistled Thomas, and panted into the station. Annie and Carabelle twittered anxiously. We hope we are not late. It isn't quite 8. Thomas said, the Fat Controller sternly. I am most disappointed with you. You nearly upset my arrangement. Thomas, a bashed arrangement himself, and the coaches behind Duck. Without saying a word, the Fat Controller climbed into Henrietta. The guard blew his whistle and waved his flag. The engine whistled. Look out, England, here we are. Look out, England, here we come. And the cavalcade puffed off. The engines stood side by side in a big, airy shed. Hundreds of people came to see them and climbed in and out of their cabs every day. They liked it at first, but presently felt very bored. and were glad when it was time to go. The people along their line put the flag out and cheered them home. "We are glad to see you," they said. Those other did their best, but they did not know our ways. Nothing, anyway, can compare with our Fat Controller engines. So that was the Fat Controller engines from 1957. To be like, subscribe, share, and comment. Have a groovy day with another video coming out real soon.